defensively, we made some bonehead plays in the first half, and we missed some things and got some penalties on offense in the second half. Hard.
Well, no fucking shit.
Hey, what's up, Buck fans out there? AJ Turn up here with another episode of It's About Buckin' Time. Also, be sure to check me out on Bucks Report, The Aftermath on 102.9, the Game Broad Street South Radio with my co-host Slick, the British guy who's always fly. Now, I'm here to speak today on the affairs of Todd Bowles and his current status and popularity amongst the Bucks fans. But before I even go further, I want to state that this is my opinion-based thoughts on Bowles. So I'm not here to speak for anyone else. I'm not here to speak for, I'm not here to say that I know best. It is just an opinion. If you agree or disagree, you can always hit the like or dislike button, subscribe, speak your piece, say that I'm out of my mind, I don't know what I'm talking about. Again, I am here telling you my opinions on Bowles and the current state of the Bucks and where we need to go. So I had to get that disclaimer out there. And again, if you feel like you ever want to debate me, you can always check me out on The Aftermath or just come to my comments and go to my TikTok lives that I have on Tuesdays and Thursdays and sometimes Saturdays and Sundays afterwards. So again, I'm not hard to find. So as always, I just want to get that out there. Now, this is very interesting because of the terrible loss that we have suffered to the Atlanta Falcons. We have been swept. The NFC South is damn near mathematically out of our hands. We have to basically damn near win out because the game is not in our hands anymore. And I was asked a very specific question in the Bucks community, and I think it's a damn good question because we've been going back at this for years. And this is no shade to anybody, but I love when people have these kind of questions. They asked in the chat, well, hey, if Todd Bowles is not our coach, who would you like to replace him? And I have plenty of ideas, but first, let me get this out of the way. Bowles has done a fine job when it comes to defense throughout the years. We have to get that out there. That man established the greatest beatdown on Patrick Mahomes' career. That is the worst loss that Mahomes has yet had in his career. He might not ever have that again. So we're not taking that away. When it comes to defense, Bowles has done a fantastic job throughout the years. So we have to get that out the way. Now, this is not about, again, after that loss, was I very pissed at Bowles? Absolutely. Do I think he should be gone? Yes. Did I say now? Absolutely not. I do not think he needs to be fired immediately. He needs to be evaluated through this entire season, though. It is imperative that Bowles fix things. And also, the reason why that I think that Bowles should not be the coach next year, depending on the outcome of this season, is just the simple fact that he has shown year after year after year that he is unable to adjust accordingly. He fills out teams too much, and then when he gets exposed, he does not like to change up quickly. He doesn't know when to be aggressive, because people will say, well, AJ, when he's aggressive, and it fails, you blame him, because you have to, there's a time and a place. And unfortunately, it takes more. As a head coach, you have to be a leader amongst men and have to know when to take risks and to use the abilities of the players that you have. Because I've heard this remark from certain people that, well, hey, you got to give Bowles a chance because he does not have the roster that he needs. I call BS on that. Here is why. When you have Winfield, Cansey, Vita Vea, Levante David, Whitehead, Yaya, you have more than enough. And mind you, there are current coaches out there right now that has worked with more with less, and also those coaches know how to adjust and adapt to their opponents and utilize their players' strengths. That is what great coaches do. And at this moment, Bowles has not shown us that he can do that. Now, here's where I think this will go. In my personal opinion, you need to evaluate the defense, because in reality, we all know what has been keeping this Bucks team afloat to these 4 wins thus far, and that is the offense. So let's see what Cohen can do, because from what it looks like, the offense is getting on the better page than Bowles. And mind you, Bowles' sole value is a defensive mastermind. But what happens when your defensive scheme is found out and you refuse to change? Kirk Cousins had over 8 total touchdowns this year, and he's thrown for 500 and 300-something yards against this Bucks team. That's inexcusable. Kirk Cousins is not a mobile quarterback. He's not elite. So why is this happening? Why is it that Bowles does not know how to change it up? Why does he continue to use a zone cushion coverage that statistically has shown is a failure? Why not take that risk of playing more aggressive, playing man jam press coverage? Now, for people to say when he tries it one time, he goes, I say this, why does it take for him to fail one time in man coverage and then revert back to zone? How about you stick with it sometimes? It could be better that way. So I look at it like this, in my opinion. If Cohen continues to get this team on the right path offensively, and the Bucks are able to make a run because of their offense, and the defense continues to deteriorate and not have any progression, then at that point, Bowles' usefulness is done, and we need to move on and most likely promote Cohen, because in this league, it's going to take an offensive mind of coach to take risks at the right time and utilize their team to their best strengths. And at this moment, I could look for a lot of people. I would go maybe look at Robert Saleh as a defensive coordinator. There are opportunities out there, but the point that I'm trying to make is that Bowles has a history of not adjusting properly.
Stafford, deep downfield. He's got Cup again.
So at this point, this season should be his last evaluation of what he can do. I'm not saying I've completely given up on Bowles, but I'm not here to say I'm completely confident. So at this point, Bowles, again, time is not on your side. And as a matter of fact, time has been your weakness in your scheme, because that's all it takes for people to do is catch up. So with all that being said, Bowles, you better tighten up and get this ship right, because it's going to be hell to pay if the Bucks miss the playoffs with all this talent. Tighten up, Bowles.